Okay, in this video, we're going to have a look at stock valuation reports, and it's just a short video to show you how you would run the stock valuation report. So from the main menu screen here at the top, we can click on our BI reports menu, click on reports, click on products, and select stock valuation. Now you can do a stock valuation. This shows you the average and the last cost by stock code, or if you just want to get a summary by your stock groups, you can choose the one below it. I'm going to have a look at the one by stock code. So we click on that report, and whenever you run this report, it'll look at the current month you're in, and by default, it'll default to the last day of the previous month, which is usually what people want to look at. So we can click on our three lines in the top left to give us a little more room on the screen. And what do we look at? What do we see when we look at this report? In the heading here, it gives us some information about the criteria that were just entered on the left under our parameters. Down below that, it gives us a summary of the overall valuation based on stock type, because there are some funny stock types that may stand out to you that you want to examine a little further with your valuation report. And then down below here, it gives us all our information here. So it does. On the left-hand side, we have some parameters, and the parameters basically govern how you want to view the report. For example, if I want to export this report to Excel, I have a layout type parameter here, and I can change that to export format. Click submit, and it's just going to give me a grid that will export really nicely to Excel. To export the report, in the top right hand corner, you can hover over one of these buttons here, but if I click from the drop down, I can select whatever file type I want to export to there. So you can pick one of the Excel or CSV file format. There's a couple of other very obvious ones here. You can look at a particular stock code range. If you have multiple locations, you can choose a location. If you want to include or exclude non-stock items, you can do that. Or if you just want to look at a specific stock type within your stock items, you can also filter it by that too. So that's how you run the stock valuation report in the BI menu. I'm just going to open up a second screen here and show you where the old stock valuation report is that a lot of people still use. So to get to that, we go to stock reports from the main menu. And on this screen, on the left-hand side, we choose profitability. And on the right-hand side, we choose valuation by date. There's a couple more clicks to get into this report. Um, on the left-hand side, you can decide what sequence or what data you want to see on the screen by a stock code range or by a certain supplier or a certain stock group. And on the right-hand side, there's a couple of things you need to do to run this report. The first thing is you want to put in a valuation date. So let's say we want to run this up to the end of January 2026. That's what we select in the date range. For the report type, I'm going to select detailed. Down here under report totals, I'm going to say totals only. So that's going to give me detail by showing me every stock item. Totals only just gives me a total for each stock item. So that'll take away like if you've got multiple locations. But you can kind of mess about with this report and figure out what works right to you. Click on report, and you've got to wait a couple of minutes for the blue line to get across the screen, and then it's going to give you the report. So we'll just give that a quick minute to do its thing, so as I can show you what the report looks like. It's certainly not as quick as the newer BI valuation report, but it doesn't take too long either. It's going across the screen pretty quick there. And once it has gotten to the very end, what you will see is a screen that looks like this, giving you a nice report that can be exported as well. If I click options at the top here, I can export that report to Excel. So there's a couple of options here where you can export it to Excel. And you click export and you save it to wherever you want to save it, and away you go. So that's how you run the two stock valuation reports. Thank you very much. Until next time, see you later.